Hello, dear viewers. Welcome to this episode of the program Everything Catholic. Today, we have a very special guest with us, joining us on set for this program. And he is the chairman of the Family and Human Life Commission, Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja, the immediate past vice president, Knight of St. John International Worldwide, and also the immediate past president, Knight of St. John International, Nigeria, the person of Sir Dr. Dan Anibo Okekenta. Sir, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Okay, we're glad to have you.
Thank you, sir.
So, to begin with, could you briefly introduce us to your commission, the Family and Human Life Commission? What is your commission about?
The Family and Human Life Commission of the Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja is a commission instituted and inaugurated by His Grace, Most Reverend Dr. Ignatius Kaidama, the Catholic Archbishop of Abuja. And the commission is to take care of the responsibilities for the Catholic family within the canonical jurisdiction of the Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja.
And the primary responsibility of the commission is to take care of the pastoral lives. Like I said before, good moral, unity, and the promotion of the Catholic families. And we have so many other responsibilities, which also includes to work towards protection of the human lives.
Okay.
You know, fundamentally, everyone is entitled for his life or her life, irrespective of your religious connotation or affiliation or background. So there are two things: the Catholic families, then the human life, which embraces all aspects of other religions. So this is the primary responsibility.
Okay, so that explains the name of the commission, Family and
Human life, yes.
That's all. Thank you, sir.
That's okay. So having been entrusted with this responsibility, it's over a year now that the commission was instituted, like you rightly said. So how far, how well have you gone? What plans, what modalities have you put in place to achieving these primary objectives?
Okay. Yes, we have had several meetings within the last 12 months, and we just clocked 1 year a few days ago. And within that period, we've been able to organize Holy Family, which is supposed to be 27th of December liturgically.
Okay.
So we had it celebrated in February because of some unforeseen circumstances and factors of traveling during the Christmas period. Of course, you know, most of the residents in Abuja are strangers. They are not really indigents. So at that time, the city is usually empty. So we decided to have it observed when people are back from their vacations, in order to really positively impact on the families, the purpose of that Holy Family. So we had it in February, and we had our Mass celebrated in Our Lady Queen of Nigeria Cathedral, officiated by His Grace himself, who graciously also joined us at the reception and gave us keynote address. We also had some talks or presentations from our chaplain, very Reverend Father Collins. He's our chaplain, and the secretary of the Family and Human Life Commission of the Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria. We had some talks, and had to all the parishioners who were fully represented, dignitaries who were fully represented, and we were able to educate them on the impact and the purposes, the responsibility of the commission. Because the aim of the Archbishop was to have this commission spread to the doorstep of every Catholic family. not just only in the archdiocese, but also at the deanery level, and also at the parish level, and of course at the family level.
That's right.
Because, of course, family is the domestic church.
Exactly. Okay, so thank you very much. Having begun your work so far, so good, we can rule out the possibilities of challenges all the way. So will you want to talk about some of the challenges you have encountered working so far and how you have been able to address them, or what you think others need to know in order to address them and help you address those challenges?
Yes, so far so good. We've not had much challenges. When you are starting something afresh, it's not new in the church. Family and Human Life Commission is not new, but probably operating in different dimensions. And now the Archbishop wants it in reality effective and the leading part be felt. So we have to reach out to the grassroots, which has not been so easy for us. But with the approval of His Grace and with the help of the Chancellor, we have been helped to disseminate information about this commission to the deaneries and the parishes. Otherwise, that was our initial challenge, to reach out to the people, because as a chairman, I cannot broadcast any information in the archdiocese. It's not my responsibility. You have to follow the bureaucracy or the protocol that is required. So the Chancellor have helped to do that. As we speak now, the information and activities and programs of the commission has been disseminated to all the nook and corners and crannies of the archdiocese. So I can say that challenge has been addressed at least 90%. Then the other issue is, of course, is the finance, funding. Everything involves finance, everything involves funding. So for now, as we took off with our takeoff grant, and God has been so wonderful, from nowhere, we are generating funds, carrying out our programs without looking back. Whether there's money or there's no money, before you know it, the money is available, and we effect all our programs. For instance, His Holiness Pope Francis issued a letter to mark the first World Day of the grandparents and the elderly, which took place on the 5th of July. When he came, we were like in our meeting, in the Archdiocese Family and Human Life Commission meeting, we were like, we have to mark this, but there's no fund. But we said, let us move. As we were moving, because even when Christ sent to the 72, he didn't give them money, neither did he give them any purse. They left empty-handedness, but they still achieved the purpose of their mission. Yes, and they came back successfully. So when we moved, we were able to organize it, and it really took place, and the majority of the parishes sent in their representative, and it was marked at St. Luke Parish, courtesy of very Reverend Father Dr. Innocent George, who is presently the parish priest there. He hosted us. His Grace also, when he was there, live, officiated the Mass, 10 o'clock Mass. After that, over 100 elderly and grandparents were there. Great. And after that, they were brought out. He graciously conferred on them episcopal blessings, and we all prayed for them. Some of them even used the opportunity to mark their birthday. They were so happy, so glad. In fact, they felt, these are some of the elders that have been at home in isolation. Their children have all gone. Maybe some are abroad, some gone out, they are not living with them. If you go home, you see these people staying lonely. Sometimes loneliness can be very dangerous. So they were also happy, so excited. We marked that on 25th, just last July. And apart from that also, we also had our Family Week program as initiated by the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria. And this Holy Week is a program for the entire conference. When I say conference, I'm referring to Nigeria Canonical Jurisdiction. The programs were organized in all the dioceses and the parishes, deaneries all over Nigeria. We had our own on 50th Sunday, September, and throughout the week it ran through so many parishes and deaneries, except very few of the parishes who have not been able to coordinate, but they eventually had it later. All the whole parishes by now have all had that. We closed it at on 12th of September on Sunday at St. Anthony of Padua Chaplaincy Air Force Base, Airport Abuja, courtesy of Reverend Father Phil Waso, who granted us the place with under the authorization of the Archbishop. So it was another very wonderful day. The Mass was officiated by our chaplain, Reverend Father Collins Aigbe. And people were there, all the parishes were represented, we had group photographs, and a lot of talks about the families, and the people are so excited. So we are moving. Within 1 year, we have been able to make some positive impacts. And we also have lined up programs for the remaining 3 years of our tenure.
It's obvious, therefore, that the Commission has been making positive moves, and we hope to see more in the coming years, as you have mentioned. Before we take the next engagement with you, we'll proceed on a short break. And when we come back, we continue our discussion on the Family and Human Life Commission of the Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja. Please don't go anywhere. It is still the program Everything Catholic.
Everything Catholic, a program that discusses anything and everything about the Catholic Church, faith, doctrines, morals, canon law, church governance, papal documents, you name it. As long as it is Catholic, it shall be discussed. Join Father Ahmed Silvanus and Father Nebo Boniface, two priests passionate about teaching the true faith of the Catholic Church, as their hosts bishops, priests, religious and distinguished laymen and women, to discuss and simplify the wealth of the Church's teachings. Everything Catholic, showing on Catholic television, CTV. Everything Catholic, teaching the faith.
All right, welcome back. It is the program Everything Catholic. We've been having a very interesting discussion on the Family and Human Life Commission of the Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja, Nigeria, and we have been talking with the chairman, Sir Dr. Dan Okekenta. Before we went on that break, he has just shared with us some of the things they have been doing to engage with families and also to promote human life. Now, sir, the family, as we know, is the nucleus of the church and the society. And it is ordinarily the starting point, or should be the starting point of human life. But in recent times, we are seeing an increased number of single parents in society. And this is somewhat indicative of an attack on the structure of family life. Because ordinarily, as we are taught both in school and in church, the family should consist of a father, a mother, and the children. Except maybe along the line, one of the parents dies or something. But then we are now seeing children coming into the world with just a single parent. The father is not there, or the mother leaves the child for the father and she's not there. And this, like I said, by observation, is increasing. Now, how does your commission hope to tackle this? What is your commission doing to tackle this trend, especially among Catholic youths, beginning with those in Abuja here?
Okay, thank you, Father. Fundamentally, the society begins with the family.
Exactly.
From the family. Even in Genesis chapter 2, I think verses 21 to 23, the creation of Adam and Eve that was added to him. When God saw that the man cannot be alone, cannot be happy, God caused him into deep sleep. And he took one rib from him to create him a partner known as Eve. And when he was asked to name the person, he called him a woman because it's taken from a man. So that is the origin of the family. And so ab initio, they were created male and female. And they have to live together. And they say the man lives with the family, the parents and the mother, to cleave with the wife. So two of them becomes one. And when they become one, the children will start coming into this world through them. So the family is the origin, the genesis, and every alpha and omega of whatever you have in the society. That is why it is very, very important for parents, for parents to be very, very careful. Pay attention on your children, give them good morals, give them a good education, train them very well, make sure that if you are a Catholic, let them be also practicing Catholic. They will learn a lot of things from the religious teachers, whatever religion you belong. But it's very important they have good morals. Because when these children are well brought up in a family, we now hope there will be a good society. But when you breed children, some of them will be stealing, some of them will be smoking, some of them will be drunkard. They go into the society and they pollute. And you remember when your children are sent to the school, you don't follow them to the school. Wherever they are, you don't follow them. So the family, the parents have a lot of job to do to correct the ills of the society. And now, so many things is happening in our society. And the social media is not helping matter. Social media is not helping matter. The social media have a lot of its pros and cons. We look at so many things, the benefits of the social media, which has reduced a lot of physical things we do. Today, you can organize a meeting of 100 people. Some are in US, some are in Europe, some are in UK, some are in Nigeria. You can hold a meeting. And I call it Zoom meeting or online meeting. That's one of the benefits of this social media. But there are so many negative things the social media have left for the society. And that is why you see a lot of problems.
So now,
issues coming,
please,
families can no longer...
Let me redirect this question a little. Let me redirect you a little.
I'm not doing preamble.
Among Catholic youths, what is your commission doing to tackle this trend of single parenthood?
Yeah. Now, why I decided to refer to the negative impacts of the social media is that those days, parents talk to their children, they listen.
Okay, that's right.
It's a different thing today. You talk to your child, you say, no, Mom, you're wrong. Dad, you are wrong. They no longer obey parents because of some of the kind of educative information they are getting from social media. They believe they have their fundamental right to do what they want to do. This is some of the problems. Those days when we were younger, for instance, you want to marry as a young man. Your parents will look around and get a very good girl. They know that this girl is very responsible. They will call you. We have gotten you a wife. You will come home. Without question, you will marry. Because the parents have carried all the whole investigations about the family background and about the girl in question. The same thing, when someone approaches a girl, the parents investigate about the guy. And they give go ahead. But today, they can meet in the club. From there, they become husband and wife. They meet in cinema. They can meet inside the bus. Even in taxi, they exchange the number. I love you, love me. Before you know it, they become couple. They become partners. They don't know the background. By the time the girl will start finding out what the man is doing, it's late. By the time the man finds out what the girl is doing, it's late. By then they have produced children. And these children, the man goes this way, the woman goes this way. The children will be left in the wilderness. Do I follow mom or do I follow dad? And the man will be dragging the children, you are my blood. The woman will be dragging the children, I carried you 9 months in my belly. So the children will be confused. Sometimes even their school fees, the man will think the woman will pay, the woman will think the man will pay. So this is where you also see children that are wandering in the society, no control. It's like a car that already felt brake. Then the other one is the kind of wildlife these children are living. They have unwanted pregnancy, even though there are a lot of medication they are using now, DNC, this and that and that. But this thing is now overwhelming, not just on the family, but also on the church. This commission now, we have sat down, we are studying the nitty-gritty, the pros and cons, where do we go from, where are we starting? And we decided we are going to organize. Even before then, I know I had once made a presentation to the youth conference in Abuja Archdiocese, and my topic was the negative impact of desperation for marriage. Because sometimes you see some girls who felt they are mature, they're supposed to have been a wife by now, they want to change their preface from Miss to Mrs. They are just any man at all, they want to change that title. And they go in. And before you know it, that is negative impact of desperation for marriage.
Sorry.
So now,
Okay, sorry. In all of this that is happening, my mind is just hitting on, this document from Pope St. John Paul II, Familiaris Consortio. Number 14 says, the way of the family is the way of the society. Invariably, if we have good families, we're going to have good societies. If we have bad families, we're going to have bad societies.
Sure.
Now, just to make you continue on this trend, what are the particular structures or things your commission is putting in place to tackle this problem from the grassroots?
Yes.
Not just at the upper level now, but let us go to the root of the problem, which is the family, which borders on parents, on parenting as well, and which will all have bearing on the children. So what are the structures put in place in order to address this issue? Because it is what the family is having that the society will bear the brunt in the long run. Yes.
We are planning to partner with the Youth Commission.
Beautiful.
We are planning to partner with the Youth Commission. You remember the great football star Pele. He once said, if you want to invest in the future, invest on the children. Because the children are the future. We are the commission, Family and Human Life Commission. We are planning to partner with the Youth Commission because we will start these corrections from the youth. We as a family commission doesn't have the jurisdiction to go into the youth, to start organizing them for orientation, for seminar, for workshops. If we partner with the youth, we will convocate, we will get these people ready, and we will be able to impart on them. I know there is also a pre-marriage courses. Right now, I have established in our committee, we have set up a committee to review, first of all, to educate the pre-marriage formators. Okay. Those people who are teaching this young couple, you have to first of all teach them, give them adequate information, adequate education, adequate knowledge for them to really understand. And in uniform, they will be using one syllabus in the archdiocese. Not when you go to this parish, they are teaching. When my son came back with the wife one day when they were going for their marriage course, and he was discussing with the wife. They were taught that when for married couple, the man can cook this week, next week the wife will cook. The other week the man will cook. The other week the woman will cook. So two of them were agreeing. And the boy was telling her, the wife, that since he lived with the family, he has never seen the dad and the mom sharing cooking. But the girl said, that is the old days, we are in the modern time. So this education they are giving us now is something that will help us. So you see, some formators are really not formatting. They are doing it the other way around. Yes. So that's why we want to train the formators, the marriage formators. We want to train them so that they will be able to train the...
I'm sorry, sir, and I wish we could continue this discussion, but we have actually run out of time. So this is the much that we can take on this episode of the program. I want to thank you so much for coming. The time is actually quite short, but there's a lot more to see. And we hope that one day, someday soon, we'll engage your commission again. Dear viewers, want to thank you for being a part of the program this week. Thank you for keeping a date with us. It has been an interesting discussion on the Family and Human Life Commission. As you have heard, there's a lot that we need to do. If we have a good society, a good family, if we have good families, we will have a good society. And you and I can make that happen. If we are all crying that society is bad, then we need to go and look at our root again, which is the family. Thank you for keeping it with us. Please join us again next week for yet another interesting episode on Everything Catholic. I remain Father Silvanus Ame. Please remember to follow us on our social media handles displayed on your screen at this moment. God bless you. See you next week.
Don't forget to send in your sponsorship to enable us keep this program running, as well as your suggestions and recommendations. God bless you. See you next week.